Welcome to episode 39 of the Super Parent Podcast, and I am your host, Dr. Nick Fanning. Welcome to the episode, which is home runs versus base hits. Sit back and relax.
Parenting in the 21st century is ever evolving, and while you balance work, kids, and your sanity, it's easy to feel discouraged. Welcome to the Super Parent Syndrome with your host, Dr. Nick Fanning.
All right, folks. Let's get to it. We're talking about home runs versus base hits, and there is some science behind this, and we talk about, hey, all the glory is going towards those guys that are obsessed with hitting home runs. You know, we talk about, athletes, we talk about people that just seem to be overnight successes, and what we don't realize is the hours upon hours upon hours of work that came in beforehand, but even more so before that. I want to say that there's a whole philosophy that we as Americans tend to adopt, that we just want the guts and the glory, and we want to go all out, just like a big old firecracker, boom, done. But what I'm telling you is that's a wrong way of doing things. And it took working with my new mentor and his program, Wake Up Warrior, to realize this, that it comes down to working with just base hits. And what this means is that we have those that are good, like those guys that are stepping up to plate, and they're poised and they're ready, and they just swing as hard as they possibly can, and they strike out the majority of the time, but every once in a while, they hit those home runs. And those home runs, man, everybody cheers, everybody's excited about. But what I'm saying is that even more important are those guys that step up, and they just kind of, they step up to the plate, and they just go, and it's just a base hit, and they get on base. And then the next day, same thing, base hit. And every single time they can be counted on to just do that base hit. And I can tell you that the swinging and the effort that's required for a base hit is far easier than what it takes to smash out a home run. And what I mean, the reason why I want to talk to you about this is that this philosophy applies to your everyday life. And now, in a couple things, we're going to talk about the way you exercise. We're going to talk about your spiritual involvement. We're going to talk about your wife, your kids, your husband, business, your partner, whatever it might be. But I want to talk first about a little bit of the science behind it. So there's this awesome hormone, this awesome chemical in our body called oxytocin. And, guys, I really want you to pay attention to this because oxytocin is a funny thing. Now, oxytocin allows two humans to bond. And it's really, really, it's an amazing thing. So especially for like women and children, as a child breastfeeds onto a mother, that releases oxytocin, and that creates a stronger bond between mother and child. Obviously important, okay? For guys, sex creates a release of oxytocin. The guy feels more connected to the person he's with, and lo and behold, that creates a stronger bond, okay? Those are the two easy ones. Now, for females, oxytocin is actually created by small feelings, or not small, but events. So, as guys, we get obsessed with these big events like, I'm going to go buy my wife 24 roses, or I'm going to take her on a trip. And at the rest of the time, they're just kind of completely neglecting this woman or neglecting their kids. And then all of a sudden they come up with this big lavish scheme of, I'm going to propose on the top of a mountaintop, and, I'm going to ignore this woman all week, but on Sunday, I'm all in. This is absolute stupidity, because the way a female releases oxytocin is those small acts. And so what I mean by that, it could be as simple as, guys, when you get home, you basically run around the house looking for her, and then you give her the biggest hug and kiss. It takes 30 seconds, and yet is such an act and of excitement and of newness that she has this nice little release of oxytocin. A singular rose or a daisy or something small, a small gift or token, again, release of oxytocin. For a female, it does not actually. Chemically speaking, it doesn't matter if you give one rose or a dozen roses. Ladies, I'm sorry if I'm ruining the surprise for you or ruining your life. I don't mean to, but I'm just letting you know, chemically speaking, this is how it works. A single candy bar instead of a 24 chocolates. It can be as simple as taking her on a walk around the block versus a lavish vacation. These things more often have more weight and more impact on your relationship than, of course, doing the trip to Disney World or the weekend in Cancun. It's fine to do those on top of everything, and in fact, I encourage you to get away from the kids and get away just so you two. But at the same time, these tiny little things is what's going to make things at a whole new level for you. Okay, and so I want you to really get everybody to really focus on what can I be doing and a small scale every single day, and make sure that consistency is key. Now, this is why some of those programs out there that help people change their lives is all about creating habits, because these habits are the things that will change us. But it won't happen if we just do it for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's one of those things that we've committed to start doing every single day. And so what I'm saying is that you guys can come up with these small little base hits. What are you going to do for your exercise? What are you going to do for your nutrition? What are you going to do for your religion? What are you going to do for your loved one, for your kids, for your business? What are those tiny little things that you are going to commit to and never give up? Okay, and it could be as simple as eating or drinking your green smoothie, every single day, green smoothie, or taking your vitamins every single day. It could be that I'm going to do 40 squats every day and 40 push-ups every day. It's those tiny little things that over time, those 40 squats, after 2 weeks, not going to make a big difference, okay? But after, 3 months, that's going to make a pretty big difference, okay? It could be the fact that, I'm going to leave a Post-it note for my child every single day, or I'm going to tell them for 30 seconds, how proud I am of them every single day. 1 or 2 times, they're going to love it. They're going to be astonished by that. But imagine that kind of input every single day for months and what that can create. And so, folks, I want you to choose one, if not 2 categories of your life, and I want you to choose one thing, one single base hit that you can do for your life to take your life to a whole new level and just honestly just unleash the potential inside of you. And if you're brave about it, please post it. I would love to see some of your commitments on that. You can private message me on Facebook, Dr. Nick Fanning. You can email me. You can go on our website. There's Pep Talk for Parents, but post something. And the reason why I'm asking you to post something is that if you just sit back and relax and not do a dang thing about this, there's no commitment with that. There's going to be no way that you're going to follow through with it. And you know what? Even more powerfully, if you don't even share it to me, share it with somebody else. You say somebody like, you know what? I'm going to put my exercise clothes on every single day from now on for at least 10 minutes. That's better than nothing. I mean, I'm sorry, I have to set the bar really low, but at least that's something. And what you can do there is that, of course, you're going to say, like, you know what, I'm going to meditate for 5 minutes every day, or I'm going to read, I'm going to find this 90-day plan for the Bible. I'm going to read one day every single day. And it might take 10 minutes, it might take 5 minutes, but at the same time, you're doing one little base hit for your religion, for your spirituality, for your kids, for your loved one, whatever it takes. But commit and go. And with that, that's the end of this episode. I hope that you're loving these. Again, I'm not charging you anything there. There's no advertisements. All I do ask is that you share this free information, because you never know how far-reaching your impact could be on their lives. There's a lot of people struggling out there. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of stories that we're telling ourselves, and that's not the way we want this community and we want this nation to go. We want to elevate people, and that starts with you. My name is Dr. Nick Fanning, and I am proud of you for taking the time to be with me today. I know there's a lot on your plate, and so I want you to know that you are not alone. I am deep parenting, owning my own business, and being overwhelmed just like you. But together, we're going to get this done. It takes a village, and this is your tribe. Dr. Nick Fanning, signing off.
Thanks for listening to another episode of The Super Parent Syndrome. Please be sure to visit peptalksforparents.com for more content and our free newsletter. And remember, you are not alone.